Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
What is up, Flyover family? And today we have a bunch of interesting stuff to talk about. I was able to find, per Athlon Sports and per the Eagles Wire, a list of the Eagles' top 30 visits, or however the case. And today we're going to be talking about the defensive ones. So the defensive top 30 visits that I was able to find, or however the case, through multiple verified sources. Feel free to add them in the comments, and I'll also talk about them as soon as I possibly can. Defensive lineman, Elijah Roberts out of SMU. Defensive edge, Donovan Ezuriak out of Boston College. Defensive edge, Tyler Barron out of Miami. And Femi Oladejo out of UCLA, also defensive edge. And Xavier Carlton, edge out of California. Last but not in any way least, Maxwell Hairston out of Kentucky. A lot of potential within that group. Xavier Carlton, I do know he's like a day 3 pick, or however the case. I don't know really much about him, or however the case. It was hard to find information about him. And Femi Oladejo, or however the case, I don't really know much about him, or however the case, but I was able to do some research. So without further ado, let's get on into it. So first and foremost, Elijah Roberts out of SMU. He has a lot of strengths and things of that nature. He's a formidable run defender. He holds his ground really well versus double teams. He has a lot of scheme versatility, rarely seen in his size class. He's lined up everywhere from 3-tech to standing edge, and he's still pretty effective regardless of which one he plays in. So he definitely has a good motor and a great endurance, or however the case. Definitely, from what I could tell, he has a lot of explosiveness and things of that nature. Obviously, he's not the most explosive guy out there, however the case. So, I looked all these guys up on Draft Buzz, or however the case, just to see what the professionals think, or however the case. And for the most part, they're pretty accurate. They're accurate. With Cooper DeJean, they're accurate. With Jalix Hunter, however the case. But definitely, his only weaknesses, or however the case, is that processing speed, and he's not the best tackler, or however the case, in the world. But overall, processing speed, I think that just comes with NFL reps, or however the case. Fangio, put him in there, with the second and thirds, see how he does, depending. And then, work his way up, or however the case. And then in terms of tackling, same thing. Last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago in 2023, we were horrible at tackling, and then now, we're somehow, some way, obviously it's Fangio and Bobby King, but we're like the best tackling team in the league, pretty much. Next up, Donovan Ezuriak, however you pronounce his name, edge out of Boston College. He has really, really good timing and grace, or however the case. And he is a really good tackler, however the case. So, in my opinion, he'd be a little bit of an upgrade from Elijah Roberts, depending on who's available at where we pick. Trade ups, trade downs, I don't know. But, I don't know. Anything's possible. But overall, he has a very, very explosive first step, or however the case. Put him up there with anybody, or however the case. He's very technically sound, has a very, very great technique and things of that nature. High-level processing speed, insanely great motor. And again, got to mention it again, he's an insanely good tackler, however the case. His only thing that he could really work on, or however the case, at the next level, consistently in hand usage and anchor strength versus the run. If he could just be a little bit better versus the run, abso-freaking-lutely. And I didn't even see it coming, obviously he wasn't one of the big names I was looking at, or however the case, but definitely, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I've seen some of his tape and things of that nature, a lot of exciting stuff there. Xavier Carlton out of California, however the case. He had 9 sacks and 11 tackles for loss, or however the case. Probably the only reason why he's falling, that far, however the case, why he's projected to go that late, is probably because, he didn't play in that good of a team, or however the case. I just started watching college heavy instead of just being a casual. Admittedly, up until like 2 or 3 years ago, I was a casual. But Eagles, life hard, every single game, every single player, however the case, in my lifetime that I possibly could know. But yeah, that's just in terms of college, though. That's a different ball game, or however the case. But definitely helps me out, in terms of YouTube as well, in the terms of off-season content, because there's the draft, or however the case, undrafted free agents and things of that nature. You never know. But yeah, definitely curious to see what he can bring to any team, or however the case. If he has like a good game, or however the case, might put on his highlights now and again. I'm an Eagles fan first, or however the case. I'm not gonna lie. But if somebody's playing good, or if a great play is happening, I can respect it. I mean, heck yeah, it's a great play. Last edge or defensive lineman, or however the case, Oluwafemi, or however you pronounce his name, Olavejo, edge out of UCLA. He used to be a linebacker, but he transitioned into a defensive edge, or however you say it. He has really, really good cornering ability. He's really flexible at the hip, at the ankle, or however the case. Pause, no diddy, just to be safe. But that is important, whenever you got to tackle, or however the case. Sometimes you do have to jump, or however the case, or leap, you know what I'm saying? In awkward situations, or however the case, are definitely important to have. Relentless motor. He does have really, really good coverage instincts, or however the case, which could play into the fact that, obviously Vic Fangio sometimes has his edge rushers drop back and things of that nature. So definitely exciting there. His only real weaknesses that I was able to see, or however the case, and that consistent scouts were able to point out as well, is that his pass rush arsenal is a work in progress, or however the case. He doesn't have like a lot of varying moves, or however the case, but he is also learning how to time his moves. So he is putting in the effort, but he needs to learn like all the way how to time his moves, or however. And his anchor strength needs work, or however the case. And other than that, he's a pretty solid player. Like I said, his motor, his coverage instincts, or however the case, his mobility, his power, and all that good stuff. Definitely a lot of potential, or however the case there. Last but not least, or however the case, Maxwell Harrison out of Kentucky. He has an elite feel for zone coverage. He has great spatial awareness, able to process multiple route combos, all while eyes can stay on the quarterback and things of that nature. He does have good ball skills and things of that nature, allowing him to get interceptions, allowing him to have better chances in 50-50 balls and things of that nature. His tackling ability could use some work, or however the case, and he can be over-aggressive when jumping the routes. Those are really two flaws, or however the case. But again, tackling technique, that can be fixed, or however the case. Depending on how hard he works, that can be fixed in an offseason in the NFL. Give him Vic Fangio, Bobby King, Christian Parker, however the case, the defensive backs coach, shoot. Anything's possible. He also has advanced route recognition, or however the case. The dude's a genius. You know what I'm saying? Him, Quinion, and DeJean, if he earns that role, or however the case, he could be potentially, out there as well. Regardless of the role, or however the case. But definitely would be exciting to see. He has really good change of direction, has really good infectious energy to the secondary, however the case. Really good teammate guy, really team first guy, or however the case. That's what a lot of reports are saying. And again, Maxwell Harrison, or however the case, I did watch a little bit of him, or however the case, in Kentucky. But Xavier Carlton and Elijah Roberts, I haven't seen too much of, so I did have to research, or however the case, so I can know at least a little bit of what I speak. Like, hey, here's what the experts are saying. Let me bring it to you guys. Comment down below what you guys think and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of face value, a little bit of what's there, and a little bit of what I think, or however the case, and I'll ask you what you guys think. So in my personal opinion, Maxwell Harrison, or however the case, he would definitely be exciting to have in the secondary. But personally, this draft, or however the case, in terms of the first round, I would honestly prefer either Tyler Barron, because of his hands and things of that nature. He runs really hard from snap to whistle. Has a really natural feel and things of that nature. He can get better in open field. Again, Clint Hurt, Vic Fangio, and things of that nature. I do know he's entering at 24, or however the case, but him technically leaving the team at 29, or however the case. I mean, you're not that bad of a guy. Like, dang, do we really want to repay him, or however the case? I mean, no, probably not. But at least he can help you get a couple more Super Bowls. But yeah, Elijah Roberts, he has a lot of potential as well. Really, really exciting about all of them. I mean, a lot of guys I didn't even think about, or have, and I'm by no means a college expert. But I mean, I do watch my fair share of games and things of that nature. But Thank you guys so much for watching and things of that nature. I really do appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the 3rd episode of the Philly Fly Draft Show and things of that nature. I should have this out by the 3rd or the 4th of this month, and then I should have the next episode of the Offseason Grind Show out by the 4th or the 5th. So definitely tune in for that. Hit the little noti bell or have the case, subscribe if you're new. Comment any sort of feedback I can use to get better and things of that nature, and I'll try my best to put it into the next video to incorporate it in any way I can. That being said, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless. Philly out. Peace.